What up, everybody? Everybody, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the What's Up, Everybody podcast. Sitting here with my co-host, Sweet Tea in the house. And boy, we got some good stuff to talk about today. Crazy weekend. Crazy weekend. Not only that, but we had a crazy week, man.
We did. I like that. I like the co-host thing, man.
You like the co-host thing? Thank you.
Co-host. I can be co-host.
You are a co-host.
I am co-host.
Real quick, let's check out this fresh fade you got going on right here, man.
Fade, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, you should go that into a
rat tail.
No, maybe not a rat tail, but I was thinking, what do you call it?
Mullet.
Mullet, yes.
I know, dude, but like, mullet is so popular now, it's like not cool anymore.
I think you could pull it off though. With the
I
beard.
totally could pull it off, but I mean,
But
it's
have that
so
style
popular,
with a
it's like not cool anymore.
Just a little flare at the end. Just give us a little bit.
A little
It ain't gotta be long,
a little
you know?
curl it a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe
Cool.
one of these days.
Yeah.
If this video gets 1 million likes, I'll get a rat tail.
Bro, get a rat tail. You know what? When I was a kid, my best friend had a rat tail, and I begged mom to get us a rat, give me a rat tail, and she refused.
Thank the Lord.
Slapped me in the head every time I brought it up.
Good. I had that haircut where I had like the highlighted bangs.
Yeah, I think we both did.
I think that was the go-to.
I also had the haircut where you literally stick a bowl in your head and you cut around it.
Yeah, the Lloyd Christmas.
Bowl cut.
The old Lloyd.
I had the bowl cut, man. So I looked like I had a shroom sitting on my head. It was like a shroom because I had thick hair, just a big shroom.
Yeah.
Shroom.
I'm sure you still look pretty cool.
Yeah. Bring the bowl cut back.
Just bring the old retro styles back, retro cuts. I'm gonna do that one haircut where you just buzz the whole head but leave the bangs.
Oh my God, dude.
That was popular.
That was
down here,
popular.
man.
And then they would spike it up with the frost. I had the frosted tips.
Frosted tips.
I had the frosted tips.
Terrible, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, we had a crazy week. Crazy week. First things first, man. Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm not even gonna say anything. Thoughts. Go.
Okay, thoughts. I liked it.
Again, if you guys have not seen the new Mortal Kombat film and are waiting to do so, please skip past this point because we are going to go into some detail on Mortal Kombat. So yeah. Anyways, WB, take it ahead.
So, I mean, I liked it because there was a lot of focus on Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Got a little history of the two, why they hated each other.
Is that legit,
Two
though?
rival ninja clans. Yeah. It was in the actual Mortal Kombat game. I remember reading through remember the old magazines? You could find like the fatality codes, and they gave us a history on each character.
Yeah.
And they were both rival ninja clans.
Yeah. So Mortal Kombat's not like a comic book or anything, is it?
No, I don't
It's strictly
think so.
a video game?
Yeah, I think it's strictly a video game.
So,
But they had some backstory on like every character.
yeah.
But what I wondered was why did Sub-Zero had powers and Scorpion didn't? He had to go to hell in order to get his powers. You know?
Yeah, that was questions.
If he was even
for me
rival,
as well.
I don't know.
Yeah, why didn't he just Sub-Zero him from the jump?
Right. Yeah, why didn't you just freeze him? Yep. Hit him with that as he came in, hit him with that frozen clone. Remember he would jump backwards and you ran into the clone.
Freeze it?
And you'd freeze. I don't know. But I mean, as of all, if you look at it as, you know, just a movie, just a regular movie to enjoy, I thought it was great. Acting, it was good to see some martial arts stuff. You had Kung Lao in there, which was pretty cool. But rated B at best. Rated B movie.
Yeah, you can tell that they're getting that. And then, you know, they have to with the whole everything going on, and movies are still being like very rarely as a movie. None of the movie theaters around here really are open. We have like maybe one. So they're definitely for these premiere movies, you can tell they're not
as
able
quality
to get as, you know, A-list actors because they're just not going to make the money on them. You could tell that, but I mean they weren't bad. It wasn't terrible. But was that all your thoughts?
No, I liked they actually had fatalities. The fatalities. Jax slapping the dude's head and crushing it. You had Liu Kang doing his fireball dragon flame. You had Scorpion doing his pull the mask down and light you on fire deal. I thought it was pretty cool to become a part of the Mortal Kombat contestant. So you were born with a dragon, and you were a chosen one. But if some random dude, like if I had the tattoo of it, I was a chosen one to fight for world's, from Earth's freedom. If you killed me, that tattoo would transfer to you,
because
and you would
obviously you're the better competitor.
Exactly. I thought that was a pretty cool idea, which is not in the comic. I mean the video game whatsoever. But I like that. That was pretty cool. I thought.
Yeah. For me, I wasn't. I mean, I was kind of around for the earlier Mortal Kombat games, but I really didn't start getting into it until later, like a lot later.
Like Nintendo 64.
Yeah, like N64.
Mortal Kombat
really.
4. It was Mortal Kombat 4.
Yeah, N64 was whenever it started getting popular, but I don't know, man. It was just kind of like a weird storyline. All the other movies were based around Liu Kang.
Yeah.
So that's who I thought this guy was the whole time. And the main character.
Yeah.
And then I thought that maybe he was the baby that was found.
Yeah, but then that was a huge jump.
Yeah,
right?
It was like hundreds of years.
Yeah, it's like 1680 or something like that, or
maybe even like thousands. I realized that he's just a descendant of that baby, of the bloodline of Scorpion.
I would love to have seen. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, that he was a descendant, but who was he?
That's what I'm saying. He was just he was random. He was like a completely made up for the movie. That's what I read.
Yeah,
he was a completely just new guy for the movie.
I felt like they killed Goro off way too easy.
Way too easy. I would love to have seen more Goro action.
Oh man!
And then where was Shere
tall,
Khan?
4 arms of terror. Remember that they had a song for each character.
And then where was Shere Khan and all that stuff? What was cool?
Remember, Shere Khan was later.
But they had statues of him.
They did.
So they fought at the arena with this big, massive statue.
Yeah, because in the old movies it was Shang Tsung, and then Shao Kahn killed him and took over. He was like an elder god's son or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then Shao Kahn was just a powerful sorcerer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it was.
I liked it.
I wasn't a huge fan of.
I liked
obviously, it. They kept Reptile a reptile.
Yeah, an actual reptile. Like, come on, you should have been a ninja.
Yeah, I thought for sure, because that was one of the biggest things in Annihilation was that he was just a little reptile thing.
Yeah, like a little tiny
and
reptile.
Then he like took over a statue's body or something.
I saw a clip
of that. So I thought
that.
for sure that they were gonna make him into a ninja. Like after he got hit, he was gonna like become a ninja and fight him. But
the CGI back then, that old one was terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
I saw a clip of that.
I mean, it was like.
What do you get from 1 to 10? What do you rate it?
I mean, that's like a hard. What am I rating it on? I mean, as a movie.
Okay,
in itself, how it compares to the video games. Did I like it? Honestly, just right off the tip, right off the top of the brain. I'm gonna give it a hard 4.8.
I was about to say a 4. But I love those kind of cheesy kung fu. I've always been a fan of those cheesy kung fu flicks, so I like that movie. I like this movie.
But I feel like they could have done so much better with the fight scenes.
They could have way better.
With the style of martial arts that you have today and just the today's athlete. I feel like the fight scenes could have been better. Kung Lao was probably the coolest part of the movie.
Oh, when he sliced what's her face in half.
Dude, he was sick. He was cool. He had like the stance. He did the stance when he threw the hat. And then that was really it. Kano was hilarious in my opinion.
Yeah, I liked him.
He was funny.
Liu Kang was just a dweeb. I just thought he was just like a.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was shredded though. Shredded.
He was. He was very Bruce Lee vibe.
Yeah, he did.
Very Bruce Lee vibe. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
4.8. I agree. 4.8.
It was the same vibe as with Godzilla versus Kong. It was like you could just tell that they didn't put as much money into it because they knew that they weren't going to get it back because of everything that's going on.
Yeah, I agree. But I liked it. You guys, give us your thoughts on what you guys thought about Mortal Kombat. Let us know.
Mortal Kombat, let us know. But they did they leave room for a second one at the end, or were they just saying like?
No, it was like it. It was like. Well, I mean, obviously there's got to be there. Obviously, there's he's Raiden's looking for more competitors. Remember he said that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So was Cole. Cole was like, "Yeah, I got to go to Hollywood, or I got to go to LA."
That's right. That's right. They
show Johnny Cage,
and everybody's like hitting up in the DM saying, "You should be Johnny Cage. I should be Johnny Cage."
Yeah, dude.
Make that happen, y'all. I would love to be Johnny Cage. I think
it'd be perfect, Johnny Cage.
I have to get shredded though.
Yeah, for sure, dude, because you are fat right now.
Leave me alone.
Well, you're in the middle of training camp, so it'll
not in the middle. I'm not. I haven't started training camp yet, to be honest with you. I'm always working out.
You're in pre-camp.
Yeah, I'm in pre-camp.
Pre-camp. So.
Getting in shape to get in shape type deal.
Yeah. So there's that. You know, it was all right. It was decent. It was what you'd expect for a, you know, being able to watch it at home type of thing, not having to really pay a whole lot of money for it.
Yeah, that was good. Convenient. We watched it. Me and Chris watched it, kind of like a little hype up, but we'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah. So anyways, moving on to that, we watched that. We had even before that, taking it back.
Man.
Joe Rogan, man.
Last Wednesday. That's right. Finally made it happen, bro. I wish you were there.
Joe Rogan podcast,
I wish you would have been there, but if you would have been there, it would have been useless because you couldn't do any photos or anything.
Yeah, he's very, very, very business minded from what I could tell.
He loves that he's in Texas. I love that. I love that he loves that he's in Texas. You know, it was a cool experience. The easiest guy to talk to.
Dude, this is the whole. I would have been. Were you nervous? I would have been nervous. I would have felt like intimidated.
I was not nervous. Because you got
this guy who's touted as one of the most brilliant men on the planet, and he interviews other super brilliant people and
can keep up, right?
And can keep up with them, and then here you are. You're just kind of simple. you just fight, and you're like.
I take that back. I was nervous in the fact that we wouldn't have a whole lot to talk about. Was I nervous to talk to Joe Rogan? No. I was just nervous, like, what is he going to bring up? Like, what, you know, is he going to try and get me to cuss? Is he going to, you know, is he going to try to get me to say a bad word? Is he going to, I don't know.
Offer you some peyote.
Yeah, during and I would have to, and I have to turn him down on screen. I would have done it. I would have been like, nah, man, you know, I'm not about that life, but still, you know, if you got you know, some like Twizzlers, I'm down.
Yeah, give me some Twizzies. That Twizote.
Twizote. But it was a cool experience. The easiest guy to talk to.
It was cool, man. It was cool watching you and listening.
Shout out, by the way, it would never have happened if it wasn't for my buddy Nick Peters. So, my man Kicking Nick is a buddy of ours. He lives in Savannah, and I met the guy. Huge martial artist, been doing martial arts for over 20 years, and I do private lesson with him every Wednesday.
Wednesday-ish, Tuesday-ish. Super cool guy. Made it happen for sure.
He made it happen. So shout out to you, Kicking Nick. Love you, big dog. But it was super fun. Everybody was there was so chill. Like his body, he had security, like highly trained security. He gets some crazy people just, you know, waiting outside for him. But they were super cool to talk to. We did the whole COVID thing. Super easy. Didn't have to go into my brain, you know, which made me believe, like, why do, you know, well, before when I fought, UFC had to go up into my brain to get it. And they just kind of like, whoop, wipe there, that was it. And then found out if I was negative or positive right then and there. Yeah. Well, it took a few minutes, but still. But, I thought I had talked to him. I felt like an hour. And then he was like, we've been talking for 3 hours and 20 minutes. So, you know, we could keep going on. I was like, dude, I'm down. We can keep going. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, nah, man, I know you're busy.
Yeah.
The one thing, though, I wish I'd gotten a picture.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't even get a picture.
You didn't get a pic.
I didn't even get a picture with him, man. I'm sorry, Joe Rogan. We got to do it again so that I can get a picture with you, man. But that was fun. That was really cool. Really cool.
If you haven't checked out that episode, go check it out.
Yes.
If you don't know what's on there, go check out Joe Rogan Experience.
What episode? 108?
No, it's different because he does just like an MMA only.
Oh, got you. Podcast.
So the numbers are different. He has his actual podcast where he interviews like geniuses and, you know, and then he has just like an MMA where he interviews you and GSP.
Does it feel like I'm looking up at you right now?
Yeah, I've gotten taller for sure. I've been eating my veggies.
The heck, man. Gotta do something with my chair.
You're slouching, man. You gotta fix your posture.
I'm trying not to.
You gotta fix your posture, dude, for sure. But that was cool.
Yeah.
Listening and watching.
So flew there on Tuesday night, stayed the night, woke up that morning, did Joe Rogan podcast, and literally right after that, we flew back. And Thursday morning, super dope. We're gonna have a really cool.
Oh yeah.
Really cool, like YouTube video for you guys this Friday.
Depends on what kind of footage you got from UFC 261.
Yeah, which was
try to make some content out of that.
Super hard to do.
It was really hard. If you got enough footage to make something dope, some dope BTS behind the scenes at UFC 261.
Yeah, I tried to do that for you guys.
That'll definitely be this Friday.
And I did it all with my cell phone, and I had to do it so that I wouldn't be a burden to like my man Chris, you know what I mean? And the fact that I had to quarantine which was difficult. I couldn't go to the mock weigh-ins. I had to stay in the hotel. At least I had to like get out of my room. When I was in December, I couldn't even leave my room for 24 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. But anyway, so Thursday we went to Lawrence County, South Carolina. We went to a place called Sawmill.
Tactical training facility.
Tactical training facility, man. That was super cool. Dude, I hit a target. Guys, check this out. I'm literally going to go in the military after my fight career. I'm going to become a sniper.
Ball, ball, ball.
I hit a silhouette, human body. Was it 1,400 meters?
It wasn't a real human body.
But still, it wasn't. It was a torso. It was like a fake cutout torso.
Yeah.
1,400 meters out. It's like close to a mile.
But listen, what he's not telling you this is, guys, he had like 14 people dialing him in.
I dialed it in. I just shot. I pulled it. They dialed it.
They were literally like, you had a dude fixing the stuff on the scope.
Stop, listen.
You had another guy with binoculars, Bluetoothed into your scope, telling you windage and all that stuff.
He wasn't Bluetooth into my scope.
He was seeing what you were seeing.
No, he wasn't. He was just looking down from those binoculars, and he knew which target. That's why he kept asking me, which target you going to hit, which target you going to hit. And then I told him which target I was going to hit. He said, aim for this one right here. I'm like, okay. He was like, aim shy. Put the bullseye to the right side of the torso.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do it without him.
But still, I hit it. I'm the one that had to pull the trigger. Stop.
Yeah, maybe. Who really knows if you hit it or not? What if that guy was just saying that because he thinks you're famous? I heard the ding. You heard from a mile away. You heard the ding.
Yeah, dude, I hit
Maybe he was just saying, that's a hit, just because
we were there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, trying to. You broke the rifle right off the bat.
I didn't break it. The guy dialing it in broke it. Okay.
No, he didn't.
Guys, don't listen to him. All right, I'm a professional marksman, and yeah. So we first off, okay, that was fun. Got to shoot 1,400 meters out. Really cool. Didn't ever think I would ever be able to do that. That's just like a man's dream, just to be able to snipe somebody, about a mile out. We all think about it. 2, me and Pops, we had to learn how to do clear out houses, like a hostage situation. Mm-hmm. We literally had this 12-year-old kid. We had to clear this house out, and we get to the kid who was the hostage, and he was like, "Help!"
That's his acting.
Yeah, that was his acting.
I'm here.
Me. But that was fun.
I was swimming in the background, filming. They had they mainly had blanks, but like the guy at the very end had like paintballs or something. Paintball rifle.
I don't think he might have hit Dad. He didn't hit me.
He wasn't trying to hit you guys. He was just trying to hit near you guys.
The first guy, and hopefully you got that on footage. It looked like live.
I didn't.
What?
I didn't get the actual thing on footage because y'all were way ahead of me. It was you, Dad, the guy taking you through the course, and then me in the way back. So all I got was him on the ground.
He had blanks.
Yeah.
So you could see the fire blast from the gun he was shooting. It's pretty cool. So it made it as real as possible. So we learned how to clear a house, save the hostage. Then the coolest part, I'm so glad we stuck around. Grand
finale.
We went up into, I don't know what kind of helicopter it was. What kind of helicopter was that?
Black Hawk 9000.
Black Hawk.
No, I have no idea what it was.
A Black Hawk 9000. We'll just call it that. And I was the gunner, and I got to shoot some targets going up in that helicopter. How cool was that going up in that thing?
Nuts.
That was so
nuts. No doors on the sides. Nothing was closed. Just fully open.
And you had this guy walking around with both sides open. He's just walking around there. You know what I mean? Of course, he was lathered. He was tagged in there. Tethered in there. I like it. Tethered.
Yeah, well, you said lathered, and then you
said
tagged.
Tethered. I don't know. Tethered. You knew what I was going for. Yeah. Thanks, man. We were here on the brain thing. But yeah, that was fun. So that's going to be a really cool video. I suggest you guys go check that out. So not sure if it's going to be this Friday or the next. We'll see. But really cool stuff.
See when it drops. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mainly just filmed, which was cool with me because just seeing everybody and being able to get out there and support the SEALs. So what it was a foundation called the SEAL Future Foundation, where they help Navy SEALs transition from their life as a SEAL to a civilian. And everybody knows, you hear about it a lot, about how tough it is for veterans to leave that environment where, guys at the actual event were just talking about how it was like you're leaving one family, like a group of guys that you're with 24/7. You've bonded, they're your brothers, and all of a sudden they're, it's just over with. You're done. You gotta learn how to create those relationships with other people. And it kind of reminded me of Shawshank Redemption, whenever that old guy was in prison for so long.
Yeah.
And then he got out and everything was just so different. Like he didn't know how to handle it.
He wanted back in. Yeah.
He wanted back in, and then they were like basically like, nah. So then he ended up. That's the kind of vibe I got, which makes sense because when you're becoming a SEAL, you're training constantly for to be the best of the best.
The stuff that these guys go through, you know, that's super traumatizing. The things that these guys have to do for our country that we don't see, and they're trying to transition from that, you know, that trauma back into
to normality, to normalcy.
Is that a word? Normalcy?
Yeah, it is 100%. Cool. And it just seems like it would be absolutely impossible to be able to do that, especially by yourself. So SEAL Future Foundation is supporting these guys and helping their transition, and they put on an event right here in SC to help raise money for that, so that they can help take care of more SEALs. And they invited us along. They invited Steven along.
We raised.
Thanks to shout out to Phil Walpole.
My man Phil, boy.
Phil inviting us out there, hooking us up. It was awesome. Yeah, they raised like a record over $100,000 just on that one day. And
shout out to XP Services. These guys provided the really cool, was it the Black Hawk 9000?
The Black Hawk. They were the pilots for for that bad boy. So
cool, man. So shout out to you guys as well. Thank you so much.
On the one day, it was a 2-day event. Day one, which is the day that we went, was for the sponsors, the people who were the bigger sponsors. The next day, there was a day 2 for, I guess, kind of regular people. It's still all about donations. You had to buy tickets to get in, but it wasn't as heavily involved as day 1 was with us, which was, it was just intense. It was awesome. It was intense, man. We had the finale at the very end, just going up in a helicopter.
We almost didn't do it.
I know. We were crunched for time.
I had to go back and drive the karate school bus and pick up kids. We were like, nah, we're sticking around for it.
We made it happen. Yep. We made it happen. We got it.
Dad got us back. A 30-minute ride turned into a 15-minute ride. Thought we were going to die.
Zooming.
I felt safer in the helicopter than I did in the truck with Dad.
Pop's getting us back to the crib. And then, obviously, we finished the week off with UFC 261.
Crazy weekend.
What a stinking night.
I know, man. I mean, great knockouts, amazing finishes, titles passed to different people. We had some news. We had some people retain the title. We had some serious injuries. Let's get into this part. This is wild. So I was there the whole time. I was there to corner Chris Weidman.
So wait, after we did military on Thursday, you turned around. So you were on Rogan on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You left Tuesday night to go to Rogan. Got back on Wednesday. Taught class Thursday. Left Friday to go down to Jacksonville. Did the quarantine, all that stuff.
Right.
To help corner Chris.
Yeah.
So you were there the whole time.
The whole stinking time.
So my number one question for you was, what was it like having fans back?
Oh my God.
Did you get to see them? Did you get to interact with them?
Not a whole lot. I mean, we were still kind of in our hotel quarantine ball, you know? Bubble. I did see some fans trying to get – I took some pictures with some fans. They were like right across the street because they weren't allowed over. Yeah, a little bit more fan interaction, which is really cool. I missed that. I know the fans missed that. But everybody was just so hyped about live events. Like, it was ridiculous. I mean, just the whole vibe again. You felt that vibe, you know. It just kind of gives you that extra energy, extra oomph to go out there and put on your best in the cage. And I know Chris was feeling that for sure. So it was really cool, man. I mean, stepping out there, UFC's 261, especially when I was following Chris out there, around the arena, everybody, the fans were cheering, everybody was loud, everybody was pumped. We had some big hitters in the stands too.
We did. It was a star-studded event.
I know.
Tom Brady, Tim Tebow, MGK, his girl, that
Megan Fox?
one chick from Transformers.
Real?
Yeah, Megan Fox.
They're
she
dating?
played in Transformers.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're a hot item. You had
Jake Paul.
Can't even say
whatever
his
that
name,
guy.
dude.
Whatever that guy.
Dude,
what they were chanting. Can't say it, but they did not like. The UFC fans did not like Jake Paul that night.
Yeah,
they did not like Jake Paul.
Nick Diaz.
That's right. The Diaz bye. So he might be coming back.
Yeah.
Too. So there was a lot of talk about that night. You want to start? Let's start with
Let's start with the first fight of the main card, man. Anthony Smith versus Jimmy Crute.
the old calf kick.
It was literally it was like behind the knee.
It was top of the calf. It was like top of the calf. No, it was like right here. No, it was like right. Well, the shin in here, the foot wrapped around the back.
Okay.
Dude, I was there. Okay,
yeah, I saw the replay
it.
on TV. I had a better view than you ever had.
That's true.
I had the best view in the house, dude.
At home.
At home.
On TV. But it still hit a nerve. It wasn't his knee. It was his calf. He had that drop foot. We literally just talked about on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Hit him, took his foot out. It's one of those things that sucks because it's like you're not hurt. It doesn't hurt.
He was pissed. He's like,
you just can't continue. You just can't. You can't move your foot. And
so was that a no contest?
No, it was a TKO because he kicked him and he made it happen. He made the foot go happen. He made the
stoppage, made
foot drop happen or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe if he was doing nothing and he got his toe caught in the fence or something and broke it that way.
Yeah.
Then without anything from Anthony Smith.
But Anthony Smith was looking good. He was piecing him up with the jab.
He was. But I will say though, I mean, after he got that drop foot, he immediately took him down a couple of times. And I was like, man, if he can get that foot back.
I know next time. Well, he did rush in. Anthony Smith did rush in, but you got to be aware of that situation. You know, he's a smart guy. They should fight again. I think he wants that fight again, but you can't be rushing in on that. You gotta be careful because that's what happens. Mm-hmm. Just like I was watching Anthony Pettis fight this past week on PFL, and he did the same thing. Head kicked the dude who was losing the fight, rushed in there, got recovered. Mm-hmm. So you got to be careful with rushing in. Guys will double leg you down, take you down. Yep. So that was a good fight. You know, awesome for Anthony Smith because he came here and trained.
Yeah.
Yes, I was definitely rooting for him.
I mean, obviously not the way he wanted to win, but
yeah. But he got the dub.
He looked decent. He looked solid before that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the next fight of the night, you had Chris Weidman versus Uriah Hall.
Why?
And man, let me tell you.
Why?
How can you even predict that? How can you foresee that? How can you prepare for that?
So let me tell you how this happened. So we get out there. First off, Chris's mindset, he was in the best shape, man. He was in such good shape. Before that morning, we got up to break a little sweat, and he was kicking the pads, like through the Muay Thai pads. Ray Longo had to pass the pads to me, and I had to stand there and take his kicks. He almost broke my forearm. He was kicking so hard. But he was great. I mean, went through a good camp, no injuries. He was focused. He was ready to go out there and bang it out, get a W. And then, fight's about to start. I go down, because I was in the corner, obviously. I was one of the ones that were going up there with Longo. My job was to bring the bucket and the chair up. So I was getting everything situated. And I was about 8 seconds into the fight. And then once I look up, I just see Chris load up on this on this kick, and that's what happened. I almost missed it. You heard the crack, cow, like it echoed. It broke, man. But I'm sitting there watching, and the first thing I said was no. Like everybody in the corner, me and Longo and his buddy Tom were like, no. We just kept saying no. Like, what are the chances of the exact same thing happening? Chris obviously being on the other side when he fought Anderson Silva, and now being on the opposite side with Uriah Hall. People are saying it's the Anderson Silva curse, and now Chris had passed it on to Uriah.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. What if Uriah Hall happens to him? But, oh man, that was wild. That was just, I try to make sense of it, and that's just something you can't sit there and think about, because you'll be thinking about it to the end of time. Mm-hmm. You have no control over it,
None, man. None. And it was one of those things where it was the only technique thrown. He threw like a little feint jab, and then the next technique was that massive kick, and then that was it. It wasn't like, at least whenever he was fighting Anderson, he was winning the fight to that point.
Right.
It's not like, Anderson was dominating him and then he broke his leg, so that's why he won. Or it wasn't like in this situation where the only technique thrown was that kick, and his leg broke.
Man.
Because there's no, you got to think for a guy like Chris, obviously, you want to, you want to kind of start winding down your career, and you want to do it with as much closure as possible, and that only just adds the opposite of closure. Yeah. You got to, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Well, only technique thrown.
They put him on the stretcher. I was in the ambulance for a little bit until Marivi got there, his wife, and then we went straight to the hospital. The doctors were really good. They had literally had a same thing it had the same surgery. So it had to happen to somebody else, I guess, in the area, and they just got done with the surgery there. They said they do hundreds of these surgeries. And from what the doctor said, it was a compound fracture. So obviously they had to make sure there was no infection. So they're going to keep him there for 2 days to make sure there was no infection. But surgery was the next morning. Put a rod in there. They said 6 to 8 weeks recovery for healing up time, which is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Obviously the psychological aspect part of it will take a little bit longer, trying to kick with that thing. You're like, I don't know if I want to kick.
The good news is that he's not a heavy kicker.
He's not.
He doesn't need, not a heavy kicker like he kicks hard, but a heavy kicker like he doesn't use a whole lot of kicks, Chris does. The good thing is that if he wanted to never throw that leg kick again, he could win fights without throwing that leg kick again. Yeah. Whereas if you're a guy like Anderson Silva who kicks a lot, then you're always just kind of like really reluctant to throw any kicks with that leg. Chris can be like, I'm never going to kick you with this leg again. I'm only going to box you and wrestle you.
He could do it. He could
submit you. So he can still – it's not like he's a striker who just lost one of his striking tools. It was like those leg kicks and those – that's just extra. Yeah, that's just like an added thing for him.
It's like a distraction. All right, I can kick. Oh, no, I'm taking you down.
Yeah, it's just extra. Yeah. He can win fights not using that.
And as a fighter, I know he's thinking the same thing. I'm coming back with a vengeance, man. Like you can't – of course, family and stuff are like, if it was me, if I was sitting on the sideline as just a family member, not an athlete, I'd be like, bro, don't do it. Don't fight again. But knowing what he does, and I know his mindset, come back, man. Come back better. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, obviously don't rush it. I don't think he's we know his history. We have that insight that nobody else does, obviously. We know his history of his injuries and some of it's public, but it's one of those things where it's like, health-wise, it's like, do you really need to keep fighting? Yeah. Financially, probably not, right? Like he's doing all right. He set himself up well. Yeah. But as a competitor, as an athlete, as somebody who knows him also, it's like, you can't go out that way.
You're not going to do it, Chris. I told him, I said,
can't go out that way.
I told him
he won't go out that way.
I was like, you're
I'm sure he would rather have just gotten beat up for 3 rounds
than
that happened, because at least he's like, all right, you know what? I can really decide now, like either I'm just don't have it anymore, I don't want to do this anymore, or whatever. But with this, it's just like, dude, like what the crap? Yeah. I got to see where I'm at. I can't end on that.
Yep. You'll see him back, guys. Everybody will see Chris Weidman back. He'll be back.
Should he fight Uriah Hall again?
I'll make sure of it.
Should he, should Uriah Hall move up? Like, it's just so interesting because you've had those weird, like with Bilal and Leon Edwards. They're like, dude, do the rematch because it was an injury. And then Anthony Smith and Jimmy Crute, do the rematch. Do you think they'll rematch it, or do you think he'll take somebody else?
I think he'll take somebody else. And I don't know. I would love to see that rematch for sure. But I think Uriah Hall, he was very respectful afterwards.
Yeah, props to him.
He would possibly say yeah. I think he would say yeah.
Because that's one for him. Like, he didn't really.
Yeah. He didn't win it. He felt like he didn't win it.
He doesn't want to win that way. Did win it because he applied the block that did the damage.
Yeah,
but he didn't like beat him.
Like he's an honorable guy.
Yeah, like he didn't beat him like a martial artist would want to beat somebody.
Yeah, like I would want to beat somebody. Like I don't want to take that away from you. You don't want your shin snapping. I want to school you. I want to outbox you, out wrestle you, whatever, out technique you. You know. So, yeah, man, I would love to see it. I think.
But yeah, he looked
good, man.
He looked great.
Golly, sparring. Him being here, training with us, he looked so good. He was in great shape. Mentally, that's what does it for me. Mentally he was just ready. He was ready to go out there and throw some.
That's a shame.
Yep. It happens, man. It's It's the game.
It is. It is. And the
Terrible.
one thing that kind of gets at me is people are like, "Oh, dude, karma."
Yeah,
Karma.
Come on.
I mean, he didn't mean to break Anderson Silva's leg. He wasn't like purposely. People were like, "Oh, karma." Man, that's nonsense, dude.
Yeah, I just want to fight you. Whoever said that?
Yeah, karma. It's ridiculous.
Just want to fight you, dude.
It's ridiculous. Karma's when you do something on purpose, like a D-bag, and then you get what you got coming to you. He was just fighting Anderson, and his leg broke.
Right.
He was just fighting Uriah, and his leg broke.
Yeah.
And this happens, man.
It was exact.
Crazy.
It's exact.
Just different legs.
Yeah. Anderson's left, his right. Just exact. Oh, and they showed the replay.
Anderson actually put out a nice little tweet.
He did.
Too,
he did.
Cool.
Hats off to Anderson, man. Much respect, brother.
He understands. So
yeah, he does.
Moving on to the first title fight of the night.
Oh, man, yeah.
This went exactly the way everybody thought it would. Valentina Shevchenko taking on Jessica Andrade. She absolutely schooled her. Wasn't even close. Didn't even have a chance.
I didn't see it because I was.
They're running out of people to fight Valentina. I mean, Andrade. She was at the 115 champ. Lost that belt. I'm not even sure if she won a fight again at 115 or she just immediately went up and fought for the belt. I don't remember. But went up there and Valentina took her down, wrestled her,
dude,
hit her, just whatever she wanted to do. Ended up getting on top, mounted crucifix, just elbowing the snot out of her until the refs had to stop it.
I think she should fight Nunes again.
I mean, that's the only fight. That's the only person that can.
It. Two dominant women like that should meet in the middle and duke it out. Duke it out. Once again, Shevchenko versus Nunes 2.
3.
3? They've already fought twice?
They've already fought twice. Yeah. I think Nunes won both of them.
Yeah. Wow.
But the second one, I thought Valentina won.
Yeah.
It was very similar to you and Darren Till. They did a little bit more action, a little bit more stuff was going on, but she just backed up the whole time, Valentina. She was landing shots.
Yeah.
She was picking Amanda apart. Not picking her apart, but landing shots. Landing more than Amanda was. But Amanda was just constantly pressuring.
I hate that. I hate the fact that people give score.
I thought Valentina won that fight.
Yeah. Just because the person's walking forward, they're still taking shots. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a good fight. I know she was going to win that one for sure.
Yeah, it was. And then you had, but you got Amanda Nunes fighting Juliana Pena. So she's got to beat Pena before they even think about Shevchenko fighting her again. But, I mean, that's the only two things you can do.
Yep, that's it.
They'd have to meet at 135 and duke it out.
Or just go to the men's division.
Mm-hmm. Start fighting over there.
I wouldn't want to fight her.
So that one went that way. And then the second title fight of the night, Zhang Weili taking on Rose Namajunas. And, man.
Again, I just saw the clips. I was in the hospital with Chris the whole time. So I just saw the clips.
I didn't really watch this fight either because of what just happened to Chris.
Right.
So I was still with my wife. I was still, trying to figure out everything that was going on.
Right, trying to get in touch with family.
I wasn't really into the next couple of fights. I was just kind of like in and out. I didn't even see what had happened.
Textbook.
I just heard because I was kind of in the background. I heard everybody go crazy, and then
it was a Joe Rogan went nuts. You see that meme of him?
They all did. They all went crazy. It was a perfect front leg with a slight little switch, like a little slide up.
It's like a slide up technique, but lead leg.
Round kick, lead leg right to the chin, man.
Yeah, you can't throw out that lead leg. Been doing it for years, but people don't think you can get a lot of power. You don't need a lot of power.
You don't need to, man.
You get that little snap like she had, boom, make that head snap back.
Right to the chin.
Some people said it was early stoppage.
No.
I don't think so. She stood up,
popped back up. But then when Rose hopped on her, you could see, man, she landed a couple of hammer fists, and Weili was face down, dude. She was out.
But even when she stood up, she was staggering.
She was, yeah. I mean, I think it was completely legit.
Now, Thug Rose, was she champion before?
She was champ. She got slammed by Andrade.
Oh, that's right.
Lost the belt. And then she's fought once or twice since then. And then she's re-challenging because Weili beat Andrade for the belt.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. We were in San Jose.
And then
for that.
She fought Andrade again and beat her. Rose did.
Yeah.
Yeah, after
she had lost the belt.
Yep.
She had fought Andrade, beat her. Yeah, and then Fought Weili and lead leg round kick to KO, baby.
Bow.
Thug Rose. That
Good
was
old
dope.
round kick.
Lead leg.
Dude,
awesome.
She's long, precise, good technique, good movement. I love and just her stone cold face.
She's cool.
Yeah.
She's a cool chick, man. I'm a big Thug Rose fan.
You know you're cool when you walk on stage for weigh-ins wearing, overalls.
She's just chilling, just living life. Just like, forget all the nonsense. Let me shave my head real quick. Just fight these people.
She should have just unstrapped one of them, though, like they did back in the
and
day.
like come across.
Bring it
something.
back. Yeah.
So that was a surprise. I mean, I totally didn't.
Expected to go that way.
I didn't expect to go that way at all. I knew either one of them could have won that fight because obviously we've seen Weili and what she did with Joanna and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't see her getting lead leg KO.
Round kick.
She was like, she was in the fighting stance. She backed the leg up like she thought Rose was going for an inside leg kick.
Yeah. She got hands down.
No, her hands were up.
Oh, it's just
her hands were up. She was like, she brought that front leg back like, okay, no, you're not going to hit me. But it missed her arm and like went up underneath her arm and just on the chin. Her hands were up, but it went up underneath. Boop, real tight to the chin.
That was textbook. That was a really nice round kick. Immediately, Dad texted me. I've been telling you, that lead leg, man, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
That lead leg, I'm telling you, I've been telling you to do that for years. I'm like, Dad, I throw it all the time.
Yeah, Dad, I've been doing it for years. Thanks. Love you.
He's awesome. Main event, dude.
Main event, dude. 0 people. And don't even be like, no, dude, I said that they could do this. Nobody saw Kamaru Usman knocking out Jorge Masvidal cold in that fashion. I saw another wrestle sesh, possibly a TKO via,
ground
and pound or something, but not just a brutal right hand to the chin, slept him, good night, KO.
Dude, that was
after a pretty decent first round.
Yeah, dude, he's been knocking dudes out. He TKO'd Colby, KO'd Burns. Now he's KO'd Masvidal. We're supposed to be one of the best strikers in the welterweight division. Like, the guy's coming up, man. I mean, he not only does he got the wrestling, but now he's got that striking too and heavy hands.
Heavy hands for sure.
Yeah,
but I was more unimpressed with Masvidal's movement and striking than I was impressed with Usman's striking.
He had mentioned that he was unimpressed. He didn't think that Usman had the power to hurt him. The last fight, he didn't respect his power. But the thing is, it doesn't matter how strong you are, right? Or how much powerful you are. I mean, you can still put somebody to sleep with very little power. Like he didn't even he moved away from it. He was just ignoring those strikes.
Yeah.
He was getting punched. He was getting jabbed. And then it was almost like the exact same way when he knocked out Till. He pulled Darren Till's hand down, came over with the left hand, but this time Usman pulled his front hand down using his front hand and drilled him with the right. Mm-hmm. So kind of the same.
It almost wasn't even like he pulled his hand down. It was very similar to how you dropped Whitaker. It was almost like a slap jab, let me just get you to bring that hand up real quick to parry, and then just right down the pipe with the straight. And Masvidal didn't even. The only thing he did was kind of lean back and turn, and when he turned, he lined that chin up perfectly with Usman's fist.
It just snapped, and you see all that sweat.
That was a pretty crazy shot.
Yeah.
But nobody saw that happening. Now, I will say this, though. There were times in that fight when Usman's striking looked bad.
Like, really bad.
Like, he closed his eyes, ducked, and just wung a hand out there at one point in time. And even the commentators were like, yeah, that's where you kind of see his inexperience in the striking when he does stuff like that. And he literally just, wung his hand.
That right there excites me.
Closed his eyes and just whiffed on it.
Yeah, that excites me. And now they're talking about him being one of, the pound-for-pound best fighter at this point.
I mean,
how many times has he defended the title?
4.
4 times?
He beat Woodley for it. He beat Colby. He beat Gilbert. He beat Masvidal twice. So, 4 defenses. So he won the belt and defended it 4 times, 2 times against the same person.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still think it's too soon. I mean, how many times did George do it?
He's definitely freaking good. He's 14-0 in the UFC.
Yeah. How many times did GSP defend it?
9 times. 9 consecutive
You got a long
times.
way to go before you get to that level, dude. You got 5 more times to defend that thing. Golly.
And he's about to have four title defenses to the same 2 people.
Now you got Conor McGregor calling him out now, saying he wants to go for the title.
Bruh, that's baloney.
Yeah,
Malarkey.
No, he does not want that. Trust me. That's another Khabib going on right there.
You mean Conor don't want that?
Yeah, Conor don't want that.
Yeah, no.
Conor does not want that.
He wants the money.
Yeah, that's all he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And then who was it? I think it was Usman. I thought he thought about going up or something maybe. There's no way he would go up and fight Izzy. No way.
No. I see Izzy picking him apart.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think he's going to be able to.
No way. There's no way. He's too slow for Izzy.
Yeah.
Izzy's way too fast.
I mean, Usman's really good, but I'm just not blown away by his striking.
Yeah, I'm not either. I mean, obviously me being a striker, but he's got the combination now of having some pretty good boxing with some really legit wrestling. Mm-hmm. That's a dangerous guy.
Yep.
Yep. And I think I got better takedown defense than George Masvidal does. Yep. So I think I have a better chance.
Well, partially because you don't just stand there. Masvidal has adopted that very plotting approach where he likes to sit in the pocket and throw hands and trade because he's just a tough dude.
Yeah,
and he relies on
that
his
street fighter mentality, you know.
Yeah, let me just stand here and just work my counters and stuff like that. And I really, you're a slippery dude. You don't stand there. And
slippery dippery, man. You gotta be. Even at this age, I'm still out on my feet, baby.
You gotta be, man. Gots to be so you don't get KO'd anymore. Sorry. Dang, dude. Great night of fights. Needless to say, congrats to everybody.
Chris, I hope you heal up, brother, and come back better than ever. We love you.
100%.
By the way, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you just as soon as this is over, I'm calling you. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us. We're loving chatting with you. Hopefully you guys loving this thing. Hey, let us know about the Mortal Kombat. Let us know what you guys thought about the fights tonight. Who is next for Usman?
The fights this past weekend.
The fight this past weekend. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But who do you think's next for Usman?
Dana White saying Colby already. The fans are kind of like, Usman's kind of been like, But I mean, at the end of the day, he can't just be turning them down, I guess.
No, I guess not. But anyway, we love it, guys. Throw some comments down below. Hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this and you hadn't hit that subscribe button, Sweet T's going to come to your house and poke you in the eye or chop you or roundhouse kick you. What you want to do?
Definitely the eye poke. That's the most vicious thing ever.
If
you're listening to this on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, please, like it, heart it, leave a review over on Apple Podcasts, and just say what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
Leave an awesome review.
We're just having fun chatting. We're having fun hanging out with you guys, chatting with you guys, and we appreciate it. Everything helps.
Everything.
Support this channel, guys. We love you. Catch you guys later.
Peace.